So, the release date for Gran Turismo Sport, the upcoming game in the Gran Turismo racing simulation series, is coming out for the PlayStation 4 on October 17th in North America, and the European release will be on the 18th, so 17th for America and Canada, whereas Europe and Australia will be getting it the day after, so the 18th. The game was originally intended to come out sometime in November, but the release date was brought back to October, so Gran Turismo fans are very happy. The Gran Turismo series is a long-running franchise with multiple games spanning various systems, and it's one of the probably most famous racing simulation games, up there with the Forza games for Xbox. They're usually the best selling games for every PlayStation system they are on, so this one's probably going to sell extremely well. Next, there is a huge new Xbox One update that is out now. It releases today, I believe, and it adds all sorts of new features and content for the Xbox One menu. So you're now able to use custom gamer pics and custom pictures for your wallpaper or your background image. You're also able to co-stream, so co-streaming is now a thing on Xbox One, and you can co-stream with up to 3 people right now after this update, so that's very useful. And above that, they also added the ability to link your profile to a controller, so each time a controller is turned on, it automatically syncs with your profile and signs you into Xbox Live on that account. So that's very useful for people that might have a large family or a lot of friends that use the same Xbox system. And yeah, it seems like a lot of people are very happy by what this update is adding. There are also a bunch of other, hidden features and small tweaks to the OS of the Xbox One with this update, so definitely a really nice update for the Xbox One. So if you own an Xbox One, tell me what you think of the update in the comments below. Final Fantasy 12 came out this week. It received very good reviews for the most part. Most sites have been giving it 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10 rating scores. It's currently sitting at an 87 on Metacritic, which is actually pretty good. I've seen a lot of people online saying that they're giving the game a second chance, since FF12 was kind of a divided game when it came out. It kind of divided the fan base. Some people really liked it, and some people did not even bother to finish it, so yeah. Then you also have newcomers to the game, people that just became Final Fantasy fans in the last 9 years or so, and they've never played FF12. So this is the first time a lot of people are picking up the game, and so far on forums and sites, people seem to be pretty positive. It's still early on in the game, of course. I doubt anyone has beaten it yet, but if you are a fan of Final Fantasy, you might want to check out FF12. I did an unboxing for the channel, so be sure to check that out too. Next, Kuni 2, the highly anticipated sequel to Ni no Kuni, the PlayStation 3 Japanese RPG developed by Level 5 with Studio Ghibli, apparently has been delayed to January 19th, 2018. The game was supposed to come out on November 10th of this year for the PlayStation 4 and PC, but apparently the game was not polished. It was still rough around the edges, so instead of rushing the game, they decided to postpone the release in order to completely make sure that the game is what the fans are going to want. So kudos to the developers. I know it's tough to delay a game, but as we saw with Mass Effect Andromeda, it's always good to delay a bad game in order to make it better. So good job on Level 5 for not sinking to pressure and releasing a game that wasn't ready to release yet. So next, Sony is going to be releasing a special edition PlayStation 4 Pro. The PS4 Pro has only been available in the standard black console configuration, so you weren't able to pick it up in silver or gold or white. And Sony just announced that they're now, for the first time, going to have a special version of the PS4 Pro available. It's going to be a glacier white PlayStation 4 Pro coming out when Destiny 2 releases. So that's really nice if you're thinking of picking up Destiny 2 and you don't have a PlayStation 4, or maybe you want to upgrade to a Pro. Definitely think of picking up this special edition PlayStation 4. It looks amazing, very beautiful. I like how the glacier white consoles look. I think Sony did a great job with how the system looks. And I'm actually a little bit jealous, since I kind of wanted this color PlayStation 4 configuration instead of the standard one, since my PS3 is also a glacier white PS3. I believe it had a different name. I'm not sure if it was called Glacier when it released. I think it was Pearl White or some other name like that. Sony usually changes up their color configuration names every generation, so it's hard to keep track of. Next, Japan is apparently ceasing production of the new Nintendo 3DS in order to make way for the new Nintendo 2DS and 2DS XL. Kind of sad about this. I think the new Nintendo 3DS standard small model is probably the best 3DS model that there is, simply because it added all the best features from all the other versions, and I'm a bit disappointed about that. But Nintendo of America issued a statement saying that this is only for Japan, and that America will continue to have the new Nintendo 3DS XL plus the 2DS and 2DS XL models available in the future. So if you still want one of those, you're going to still be able to find them in stores. Apparently, the small version of the new Nintendo 3DS, though, will not continue to be sold in stores since it was usually bundled as like a special, promo offer or whatever with another game. And I don't think they're going to be doing that moving forward, which is kind of disappointing. Nintendo mentioned that more people buy the 3DS XL models over the smaller variants, and that kind of annoys me, since the smaller 3DS models have higher resolution, or at least the picture is clearer for the games. Now, I'll explain it in a second, but the PPI pixels per inch on the 3DS XL is extremely bad, like very bad. And it's bad on the standard 3DS as well, but it looks better. And the reason for this is because on the 3DS XL and any XL model 3DS system, Nintendo stretches the image of a game that was intended for the standard 3DS screen. So you're seeing the image stretched, and when the pixels are stretched out for a game like Super Mario, you really notice how bad the graphics look. Whereas if you're playing on a smaller, standard model 3DS, you do not notice that. And that's why I prefer those smaller 3DS models. Plus, they're a lot easier to just put in your pocket. The 3DS XL is quite large and difficult to put away if you're taking it out, so yeah, kind of confusing how the big model is the more popular model, but to each their own, I guess. Next, Resident Evil Revelations, or Revelation, is coming out on PlayStation 4 next month on August 31st. So at the end of August, we're going to be getting the Resident Evil game that is arguably one of the best recent RE games. This game has been ported to just about every other system in existence. It's on PC, Wii U, 3DS, 360, PS3, PS4 now. Probably gonna come to the Xbox One as well. So, yeah, they're really bringing this game to every system, and some people might not know this, but Resident Evil Revelation was originally a 3DS game, so they actually upscaled it and released it for consoles, so that's amazing if the graphics still look that good. It's coming out for $20 on the PlayStation Network store, so that's a pretty good price for a very good game. So if you like survival, horror, or the Resident Evil series, I suggest checking that game out. EVO, the probably most important event in the fighting game community, is starting today on July 14th. So EVO 2017 has the following games scheduled for the next few days: Street Fighter V, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, Super Smash Bros. Melee, or Melee, I think it's Melee, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear, Xrd, Revelator 2, Blaze Blue, Central Fiction, and The King of Fighters 14. Out of all those games, I'd say Tekken 7 and Street Fighter V are the ones I want to see compete, and probably Super Smash Bros. Melee is also a game that I'm interested in seeing. I know Mewtwo King is going to be there. I think Armada is also there. He's probably going to win, but I'd like to see Mewtwo King do well Smash this year. I think he has a chance. But I know Armada is pretty good, and I think Hungrybox is going to be there, and a bunch of other people, so it should be interesting. And Street Fighter V apparently is going to be broadcast on ESPN. The finals, like the final matches, are going to be shown on ESPN Live, just like they did last year. And a funny thing about that is a bunch of non-sports fans, in public areas, were really surprised seeing a fighting game appear on ESPN. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see Street Fighter V on TV again, and confusing everyone by these video games that are on their TV. So that's going to be fun to watch. Street Fighter V tournaments are really insane at higher levels. Can't wait to see that. And Tekken 7, we get to see what the pros are going to be doing this year. That's going to be awesome. So, now on to geek news. Just one piece of geek news this week. Netflix is renewing the Castlevania series that came out this past week. Apparently the animated show was a huge success. I actually watched it and enjoyed it. It's going to get a second season with more episodes. I think 8 episodes to be precise. And this current season that just aired was 4 episodes, each about 25 minutes long, so definitely really cool that we're getting a bigger season next year, or whenever they released the next season. So can't wait for that. If you haven't seen Castlevania yet on Netflix, I highly urge you check it out. I like the Castlevania games, and even if you don't like Castlevania, maybe you've only watched or heard about it, I highly recommend it. If you like vampires, or maybe anime that deals with vampires, like let me think, Hellsing, or Vampire Hunter D. It's definitely kind of inspired by that style of vampire fiction, so definitely really cool. Not gonna spoil it, but let's say there's a lot of fan favorite moments that happen in this show, so stuff that, if you're a fan, is definitely going to make you smile. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching and listening to this ASMR gaming news video. Please follow me on VidMe. That's vid.me/ASMR gaming. If you follow me on there, I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at ASMR Gaming News, and yeah, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this video, and I will see you all next week. So long.